Good afternoon, good evening. My apologies for the 15-minute delay between work and getting a little visual presentation together. Let me know if you can hear me. And also if you got the notification. Let's see. Brother's here. Nene is here. Can you hear me, Nene? Hope you guys can hear me. Let me check and see. Okay, you guys can't hear me. Hey, Yuli. Okay, hey. All right, people are coming in, so that means they got the notification. They got the note. Oh, you didn't get the notification, L? Maybe it's a delay. All right, so we got Brother Teeth. Hey, fam. We got Nene. We got Yuli. We got L. We have Mimi. We have Nivea. We have Elizabeth. Hello. How you guys doing this afternoon, this evening? Hope all is well. I don't know why some people get the notifications and some people don't. That's weird. Hopefully I can get that worked out because I definitely want you guys to get the notifications. But you're here. So that's a good thing. And you're here from the beginning. Yeah, Monday for sure. I sure did choose this picture of Al. We about to get into it. Because, whoo, baby, let me tell you. I wasn't gonna talk about this though. Nene and I talked about it on one of my posts, and I was just like, I'm gonna leave it alone. But then I saw Fox Soul, and I had to put my 2 cents in because I just don't understand. So we're about to get into some things. So I'm gonna give it a couple of more minutes. It's only been 3 minutes since I hit the live. Let me see. Oh yeah, I'm gonna fill you in. And that was another thing too. I wanted to make sure my slide was prepared, make sure the interviews were prepared so you guys can hear what's going on. Fair use. So I'm gonna try to give y'all all of it, including my love-hate relationship for Tyler Perry. It is what it is. We about to go in the most professional way, but still going in. Otherwise I don't like. Who you don't like? What you talking about, Elizabeth? Who you don't like? Oh, you don't like none of them. Okay, I'm assuming that's what you mean. Yeah, but you know what? Let's just get started. It's no reason. He's basically saying the same foolishness. Yeah, I know, but no, we gonna talk about it, and there's a reason why. Because yeah, we're gonna talk about it because I think it's bigger than that. I think it's agenda, and it's always towards Black women having to settle. No other woman has to settle but us. And I'm not feeling it. So let's get started. Okay. So with that being said, yes, I have a love-hate relationship with Tyler Perry. Now, on a consumer side, a lot of people love Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry can do no wrong. Get it, got it, great. Of course, we got introduced to him with his plays, and then from his plays, he went to movies. And of course, we know who this character is, Madea. Now, with that, yeah, I have a love-hate relationship as far as the artistry, or if you guys would call it artistry, is concerned. I understand that on paper, he is a very successful man. Get it, got it. There is no denying that this man has been able to turn himself into apparently a billionaire. Of course, we don't know his bank accounts, but from what we hear, he's a billionaire, and this man has his own studio. No denying that. My issue is how he allegedly got it. Okay. I'm one of those people. And again, some people have a mentality where they don't care what you do if you're successful by any means necessary. I'm not cut from that cloth. And the reason why I say that is because just to give you a little background for those who may not know. Hey, Joseph, what's up? And I'm glad you in here, Joseph, because I think you from the A, if I'm not mistaken. I think we talked about that. So we're gonna get into some things. Um, so yeah, so Madea, literally Tyler made millions. I would even say a billion off of the character Madea. And he made money pretty much by having black women as a character, like character. I can't even speak caricature. I can't even say it right now. Damn it, Lord, where's my freaking coffee? But y'all know what I mean. So pretty much just making fun and using us as his characters in his movies, in his plays. Yes, yes, yes. Black women acting a fool, busting a cap at somebody. That's just what it is, right? Here's the problem. Yes, we know he's become successful off of that. The problem is, allegedly, he stole this character. Okay? Anybody know who this is? This is Miss Sophia. All right? Miss Sophia used to actually be a radio personality at V103. I don't think Miss Sophia is there anymore, but Miss Sophia was there for years. Miss Sophia is a legend in the LGBTQIA community in Atlanta. All right. And so it has been rumored for years. And I think even Miss Sophia, you know what I mean, literally talked about this in a couple of different interviews that Miss Sophia used to do this character, this Madea-like character at the clubs back in the early 90s. And it was a big hit. So with that, apparently, allegedly, Tyler Perry used to go to these clubs. And the next thing you know, Madea was born. All right. So we're starting off there. Okay. And that's one of my issues, amongst others. Yeah, we're gonna try to figure out who this Doward person is, brother, because I don't know yet if he's a troll or not. He's in here. He claimed he wasn't coming. If I open up this panel, I would like for him to come up here because he has a lot of things to say. A lot. So with that, that was the first strike, in my opinion, when it came to Mr. Tyler Perry. Y'all remember this? Yes, The House of Pain, Tyler Perry's first show. Now, of course, because of his resources and his money, there's a lot of things that I could not find, but there was an issue back in the day with the writers that he had for this show, allegedly. The writers he had for this show literally they thought they had a good thing going as far as what Tyler was paying them, but it was a non-union show. You know, I've talked about WGA. It was a non-union show. When they found out how much they can get paid being a union writer versus what Tyler was paying them, they went to Tyler. Hey, brother, we're not getting paid that much compared to what we're supposed to get paid. And allegedly, apparently, instead of him paying them or negotiating, he just fired them. He just fired them. So, and that's allegedly, but apparently he just fired them. And that's where this whole I'll just write my own scripts began. All right. So that's another strike because, again, I'm all about success. But if you are allegedly getting your success by screwing over other people, especially other people who look like you, that's treason to me. All right. So that's just another thing. Now, all of the accusations of him stealing scripts and stories, just to give you an example, allegedly stealing the Temptation script. Tyler and Oprah, but again, of course, because Tyler was doing his shows on Oprah's network at one point, accused of theft, hit with a federal lawsuit. Did Tyler steal good deeds? I'm giving you guys these examples of what has been circulating for years. And as you can see, there's different dates on here. All right. So that's just giving you a taste. And on top of that, do y'all remember who this girl is? Do y'all know who this girl is? Okay, brother, I think it's time to delete because at this point that like he's just at this point it seems like he's trolling. He can get on timeout or he can go. This is Popra. Okay, Popra used to be on a show called I think it was I Want to Work for Diddy. She was on the show. All right. Actually, let me just do it right now. Yeah. He was the guy who I gave him a chance so he can actually come up on the panel. But he was the guy, if some of you guys saw, he only would comment about the trans community in my comments. So he definitely had to go. So with that being said, this is Popra. She used to be on this reality show. It was called I Want to Work for Diddy. Well, years ago, and it's funny how you can't find it anywhere now. Hell, I don't even know where she is now. She had a video out crying and boohooing about how Tyler Perry stole one of her ideas. So this happened allegedly, like, and I remember seeing the video, but I gotta say allegedly. It was years ago, like right after she did that reality show, wanting to work for Diddy. She was crying, sobbing about how Tyler stole one of her ideas. All right. So with that, let's just say by the time this situation came out with Monique and her saying how and what Tyler did, I wasn't shocked. But again, people get so blinded by people's success as if it's their own. Sometimes they refuse to see that sometimes maybe, just maybe, people, yes, they're successful, but they may have had to screw over some people to get to where they're at, especially when you're dealing with billionaires. But again, all alleged, all my opinion. So I just wanted to give y'all a little taste just to let you know why I have this love-hate relationship. You can appreciate a Black man that's been able to create his own studio, certain things like that. But at the same time, I have a big issue with people allegedly stealing other people's stuff. Okay. So yeah, we look, Nene, that's a whole nother story within itself. So with that, Tyler decided to go on this actual podcast YouTube channel with a girl named Crystal. Now, first things first, it's an hour-long interview. So what we're talking about is just a small little clip of the interview. But one of the things that I caught through during the interview was she actually works for Tyler. She works for Tyler. Hey, May, she works for Tyler. So the fact that she works for Tyler, I don't think she would have ever given a different point of view or would have ever disagreed with him. So they're having a long conversation, and some of it, was good. He's really good at giving motivational speeches. He's good at that. But the issue at hand came when he said this, and we're going to talk about it. So, give me 1 second. So Tyler decided, child, to give his 2 cents on what women should do. Okay, so we're gonna go there, and you guys let me know if you can hear it. I'm gonna start it, so give me a second. And fair use, fair use. You guys can hear that, right? Can you guys hear that? So I know for sure before we get to that part. Can you hear it? Let me know. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear it. Put a 1 in the chat so I know and I can continue. Is the chat going really slow today? Probably. Has Tyler's child's mother ever gave a public interview? Yeah, I know. Okay, so you do hear it. Okay, so let me continue. Wait, you guys can't hear it? Elle says she can hear it, but you guys can't hear it? Okay. Wait a minute. Hold on. Nene, did you just say you high? Hold on. Okay, so let me take this. You guys got to hear this part. So let me try it again. Hold on. Okay, but you couldn't hear the interview part. That's what it was. You couldn't hear the interview part. Okay. All right. So give me a second. We're going to get back to it. Sorry, you guys. I thought I just kept going. I thought you guys heard. So Crystal is actually Tyler's employee. She's one of his actresses. So she's not going to mess up her bag. So that's first things first. Okay, so you can hear me, but you can't hear the interview part. Okay, so let me all right, so maybe you can hear it this way. So look at me. I had all of this stuff set up and now I got to sit up there. Okay, so here we go. At the table, you said, yeah, it just hit you. You probably was on the gummy there too. You was like, meet me at my worst. Yeah. We were all like, wow. Yeah. That's it. Yeah. That's it. And anybody who can't do that, that doesn't mean they're not worthy of you. That means that they need to either attempt, try, learn, find out enough about you to be able to figure out what that is. Yes. And that's not money because you listen, a lot of women, especially Black women, and I might get in trouble for saying this, but I will. In our society right now, Black women are making a lot more money for the most part than Black men, right? There are a lot of Black men who are successful, but for the most part, Black women are making the money. So if you can find love, if that man works, at whatever job and is a good man and is good to you and honors the house and honors his wife and does what he can because his gift may not be your gift. Exactly.
that is okay. That's not somebody who's beneath you. Yeah. That's somebody who came to love you at your worth, right? Yes. And as long as he's secure in himself to know that, yep, she makes most of the money, all I can pay is the light bill. As long as she's comfortable enough to say, I'm going to cover the mortgage and all the other stuff, you've had the light bill, baby, you can take me to dinner every now and then. That is fine. Yeah. That's
fine for who, Tyler? Now, it starts off by her giving him props for him. He said something about meet me at my worth. Okay. And she literally titles this section, Meet Me at My Worth. And she said it was very powerful that he said that. But why is it that with Black women, why is it that we need to meet men at where they are? Why can't they meet us where we are? Meet me at my worth. So I need to lower my standards for your worth, or do you need to bust your ass to get up to my worth? Which one is it? Because the last time I checked, men are supposed to be the providers. And so he goes on to say women, especially Black women, make more money. So because of that, if you have a good man and he doesn't make as much money as you, but he loves you, you know, he takes care of you, I guess clearly not financially. And if you guys have an understanding and he's confident and he's comfortable in himself that she pays pretty much everything and he can only pay the light bill, take you out ever so often, that's fine. No, it's not fine. Because how does any man accept that he can only pay the light bill? How does any man accept that? Like, how is that even possible? And what man do you know is going to accept the fact that the woman is paying all the bills? A real man, not a male, but a man. She's paying all the bills. Of course, if she's paying all the bills, she gonna treat you like her damn child. Exactly. 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 Name a woman that dated down and it worked well for her. I don't know one. I don't know one. I really don't. And the problem is that Tyler sells us that type of love consistently. Almost every movie or show, you have a Black woman that is willing to date down, all in the name of so-called love. And that's the problem. A lot of men have pride ego issues. When a woman is more successful than them, sometimes their manhood gets attacked. And that's the whole point. That's the whole point, Nivea. You find me one where it actually works. Because a true man, if he's that comfortable to allow you to take care of him, that ain't no real man. That's a male, or AKA beta male. That's not a real man. So the fact that he's like, if he could take care of the light bill, it should be the other way around. If anything, he taking care of all the bills, and maybe you on occasions, or maybe there's an agreement that you take care of the light bill. But the fact that he's sitting up here saying this is fine, in what other culture, in what other race do women, why is this allowed? You don't see white women, you don't see Asian women, you don't see Indian women, you don't see any of them being told to accept a man that can't provide for them. You don't. But it's always us. And they're telling us you should accept it. which is why I said that guy who just came in here who got blocked was trolling, because not only has he trolled before, and I was trying to give him the benefit of the doubt, he trolled earlier on this same post, and he said all married people are aware that there is no such thing as a soulmate. Because of that, in order to find a spouse, we all have to settle. I know modern women have made settling a derogatory term, but that is what anyone who wants long-term commitment must do. Women that find it hard to settle down with one spouse float around like a feather in Forrest Gump their entire lives until they end up buying a dog and dying alone. That's what that guy said that I blocked on the post about the live today. And then you wonder why I blocked him. Because this nonsense saying that there's compromise, there is certain compromise, but that type of compromise is, okay, maybe you don't necessarily have the education. Maybe you don't necessarily have the preference and maybe the looks that I typically prefer. Maybe you don't have necessarily, those are the type of compromises, not literally I'm paying all the bills and you're just paying the light bill and sometimes taking me out to dinner. That ain't no damn compromise. That's being a fool. Exactly. Exactly. Mary J is reaping the repercussions of Nicki Minaj. So many examples. Yeah. You compromise on certain things, which is different from settling. Exactly, Joseph. Exactly. Coming in here talking about some, oh, y'all like Tyler, whatever the case may be. It's definitely being a fool. Exactly. So I just find it interesting. And there were also some Black men, unfortunately, or Black males chiming in saying they all of a sudden agree with Tyler Perry. They agree with him. Of course you agree with him, because no one holds you accountable. It's always the Black woman that's held accountable. I'm sorry, but there's no way you're evenly yoked when it comes to a big gap in finances. There's no way. If you make 6 figures as a woman and your man makes 35,000, I don't think it's going to work. And if anyone disagrees with me, we can definitely have a healthy dialogue and discussion about that. I don't think it's going to work. But let me continue, because he tries to give an example that made me say, what the hell are you talking about? But let me continue.
Fine. Yeah. But that's so hard for a lot of people to take in, because that means, no. I need somebody who is, they need to make 5 times more, and I got to have, well, you keep your list, baby. Yeah. God bless you. Hoping to have them. Go keep your list. But when you talk about just someone to love you and support you, I know people whose men can't touch what they make. But when you see them together, that love, that support, that I got you, babe, it's a beautiful thing. It is. Yeah, it is. Yeah. I remember I was having a conversation with you, and I was going, I can admit that I had fallen under that. Like, okay, I actually may have misunderstood what meet me at my worth meant. I thought meet me at my work was meet me at my net worth. My net worth, right. No, not your net worth. Right.
It can mean that. Okay. Look, Crystal, it can mean that.
Tyler, I was like, this, and I've done this, and you're like, wait. Stop. He was like, don't make it about money. Mm-hmm. And this is when I was like, oh my gosh. Like, it was like it just went off, and I was like, I see what you're saying. You were like, Chris, I used to do the same thing. I would like be doing all these things for someone or people around me, and I'm like, I'm not getting anything in return, And we fall into that sometimes. And you said, but then I thought about it, they can't do for me the way I do for them. No. It's just like, they can't. No. You got, when you explain it like that, if he is giving you all these other things, then that's something you work with. And I literally completely misconstrued what meet me at my worth meant in that moment. But worth is more than that. Right.
And that's when I was like, wow, like it's way deeper.
Yeah, you got to remove the money from the situation because it's just going to cloud it.
Mm-hmm.
How can you remove money from the situation where money pays the bills? You need money to be able to advance in this world. The reality is marriage, like when you have people who have like what is it? When they actually, like, the parents actually set them up. What is it called? Y'all know what I'm talking about. Prearranged marriages. It's not about love for the most part. It's about gaining financial wealth. That's what it's about. It's about growing together financially, creating generational wealth. That's what it's about. So how can it not be about money? How can it not be about money? And the fact that it's coming from a billionaire telling us that it can't be about money? How? But let's continue.
And then you have your girlfriend and this friend them saying, yes, he's doing this and he ain't got that. You don't understand the love that we have for each other. And that is what is important. And I'm telling you, there are some good men who can't meet you at your net worth.
Yeah.
And if you can find a man who is secure enough within himself to stand in that space. I'll tell you the story. Oprah tells a story about her and Stedman. They were in Hawaii and she was walking. This is years ago. She walked in the store. He was behind her. And no, I'll tell you this story. This is because I was there for this one. We were coming out of the Color Purple premiere in New York, and it's Tina Turner, Oprah, me, and Gail. We're all getting in the car. And
you just said that, so it was Tina.
Well, listen, that's when I first knew. That's when I first knew something had shifted.
Okay, wow.
Because Oprah walks out and they're screaming, Oprah, Oprah, Oprah. Tina walks out and Tina. I go out and hear Tyler. I go, oh. This is very early on. So they're pushing us into the limo, and I turn back, and Stedman, the security, is pushing him out of the way.
Expedia members say, okay, I'm over it. And there's a commercial that comes on. So pretty much he continues by saying that security pushes Stedman out of the way and pretty much disregards him because they're so focused on Oprah. And then when they realize it's Stedman, they apologize. But Stedman, like, pretty much understands the assignment. He didn't get an ego about it or whatever. You know, he plays his position and he doesn't have an ego knowing that Oprah makes way more money than him. Here's the problem though, Tyler. Stedman is a successful businessman from my understanding. He's been successful. He was successful when Oprah met him. So let's just say if he makes $500,000 a year and Oprah makes $30 million a year. Of course, there's no comparison, but he's not a scrub either. He can take care of himself. You try to compare about paying a light bill. Stedman can do more than pay a light bill. Way more. He's a successful businessman. So you can't make that comparison. You just can't. So that's when I was just like, what are you talking about? Like, if you guys listen to the entire interview, and then right after this, he mentioned something about, financial literacy. And I'm like, but you just pretty much told Black women to settle for a guy who can possibly only pay the light bill. He clearly doesn't know financial literacy if he only can pay the light bill. If he can only pay the light bill, he knows nothing about financial literacy at all whatsoever. Very poor example. Thank you. Very poor example. That was a horrible example. So, and there's a couple other things that he says that if you guys listen to it, like there's one part where he says that he tries everything he can, to help people and stuff like that. But he does make a comment about like, if he can't do this, he'll take it type of thing. Y'all listen to the whole entire interview if you want. There were certain parts I was just like, okay, I'm over this. But here's the problem. It's the fact that other people wanted to chime in on this, okay? And it's always men who don't want us. It's always them who got a lot to say. Now, based on these three men, one is out and he's gay and he's proud to be gay. One says he's bisexual, apparently, allegedly. And the other one, he's never come out with his sexual preference, but there have just been rumors for years about what his sexual preference is, allegedly. Okay, so with that being said, we're going to get to the Fox Soul situation and we're going to listen to this.
Tyler Perry recently shared his thoughts about dividing the household expenses. Tyler said as long as he is secure in himself and know that, yeah, she makes most of all the money, all I can pay is the light bill, as long as she's comfortable enough to say, I'm going to cover the mortgage and all the other stuff, that's fine. What bitch gonna say that? Nobody's gonna say that. Do you know any black women, Tyler Perry? Now, I love Tyler Perry and I like all the stuff he be talking about, but what black woman you gonna say, I'm sorry, I ain't even get to the other part of it. What black woman you gonna say it's okay for me to pay all the damn bills? Now you sitting your ass up, drinking all my damn Kool-Aid, acting a damn fool, want to control me and tell me what the hell I'm gonna do, and you gonna pay more than the damn light bill. Now that's relative, because some people's light bill ain't but $67. My light bill is $1,700, and you need to pay more than that, because if my light bill is $1,700, how much is my mortgage? I'm sorry, Tyler Perry done made me bad with that, because he's trying to act like, am I talking too much? He's trying to act like you need to settle for some bullshit. No, black men, you need to step up. You need to step up. No, let's not settle. We're not selling that you could just pay the light bill. No, get your funky ass up, funky Dineva. Get you a job, get you another job so you can afford this mortgage. And I'm going to tell y'all black women this. If he can't afford the mortgage, do not move in with him. Now, some black women, a lot of us make more than our men, but don't move into the house that this man can't pay the damn mortgage. And a lot of times, it ain't just because I got all this damn mouth that I'm going to get slapped the shit out of, right? This is because the black man can't handle when a black woman tell him to get the hell up out my damn house. All you paying is the light bill. I can find somebody else to pay my damn light bill. I don't need you. Okay? And so it ain't.
You know, Dr. Heavenly, she's loud, and sometimes she's loud and wrong. But in this situation, in my opinion, she's loud and right. Okay? The thing is that why, like she said, why do we have to settle? Why do we always have to settle consistently when it comes to black men? Like, why? But let me continue.
So much the black men have a lot of ego, and they ain't gonna be able to take it. So it's gonna be anger in the household because they don't feel efficient. And then they ain't worth all the stress. I'm sorry. Al, what's your opinion, sir? Sorry.
Dr. Heavenly, I think I'm more of a realist, right? Women aren't out here asking not to have their bills paid for them. They're lonely, and they entertain these guys who are less than their yoke. They're not evenly yoked with them, and it's a phenomenon. It's an epidemic. It's a something because it's happening too much. But you can't blame the man or. If you are in a relationship,
a man that don't want to take his wife.
Excuse me, hold on. Dr. Heavenly, I'll let you talk. I'll let you talk. Let me finish talking, please. So if you are in a relationship, if women are in a relationship and they don't feel comfortable paying all the bills, then get out the relationship and stop talking about it.
Absolutely.
Right? Stop playing the victim. Stop playing the victim.
Ask any black woman that's
the irony that he says stop playing the victim when a lot of these black males play the victim all the time. Isn't that interesting that he said stop playing the victim? I guess he's trying to imply stop complaining about it and get you a man that you're evenly yoked with, which based on what Tyler's saying, get you a man that you're not evenly yoked with. I think at this point, the reality is black women and you are talking about somebody who grew up on Black love, who was raised on Black love, Black women just may need to step out of their race to find the man for them. I said it, point blank, period, because this is a mess. And literally, he's sitting up here trying to say, y'all stop complaining, women stop complaining, not Black men. You need to step up your game because you're the least respected man out there and you literally are not building wealth. He ain't saying that. You know what I mean? Like, we only have a small percentage that are really doing that. And you can tell just with the lack of options that we have out there. That's just what it is. But let me continue.
Educated, they're not going to agree with that.
Okay, I'm not saying agree with you. I said if you're not happy, if you feel like if you're an educated Black woman and you're in a relationship and you're not happy with him because he's not paying the bills, get out of it.
I think the issue is Tyler Perry is saying he's a Black man. That's the issue.
Listen, stop being in a relationship with a man that you don't respect and you don't like because he's not holding his own. Period. If he ain't got the money, he ain't got the money. As it relates to what Tyler Perry is saying, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. If the man makes, like, say the household income is $100 a month, and the woman brings $80 to the relationship, and the man brings $20 to the relationship, because that's what they make. They both should pay the percentage that they make. So if the bills are so the guy should pay 80%. The woman should pay 80% of the bills, and the guy should pay 20% of the bills. If he can't pay 20% of the bills, stop messing with him. Don't complain about him. Stop messing with him.
The way that would work, okay? If you
really there, but again, at the end of the day, you are telling us to settle for less. And if we don't settle for less, or we don't want to settle for less, then don't deal with them. But honestly, to a certain extent, I agree. Just don't deal with them. I wouldn't take Tyler Perry's advice. I wouldn't take his advice because I can't believe that he said the light bill. Like, the light bill, as long as you can take care of the light bill, there ain't even all the utilities in a damn house. And my whole thing is, if you that supportive, Al, why don't you take some of these bums in and you let them pay 20% in your household? How about that?
You can only pay 20% of the bill. You're not my husband. Because biblically it says you're supposed to provide for me. And I'm going to finish this. Because I don't agree with you. And I think we're coming from three different points of views. We are. If the man can't pay the bill, you at this point 20%, you my bitch. Okay? So you need to clean my pool.
A straight bitch.
Pressure wash my damn tennis court and do what you can. But you're not my man. You're not my man.
Okay, get him out the house. Stop calling him your boyfriend. Stop calling him your boyfriend and call him your slave.
Tyler Perry said it was okay.
Stop calling him your boyfriend and stop complaining about it.
It's funny how they say Black women stop complaining about it, but don't they always complain about the fact that they're treated unfairly in this world? Don't they always complain about that? And Nivea, same thing with me. I've always been told that too, but I also had, but see, the problem is I had good examples, great examples, and also bad examples when it came to Black men around me. Grateful to have majority of the Black men around me who taught me that they are supposed to be providers. So the reality is it was only so much I would take in my younger years because I'm like, wait a minute now, like I ain't supposed to be coming out with money. You supposed to be coming out with money. You know what I mean? Because I learned from my father. I learned from my uncles. And I also saw some whack cousins and stuff who was doing the complete opposite. And still to this day, they still making excuses about why they can't get ahead. They've been making excuses their whole entire life. So it's funny how he's saying Black women stop complaining. As far as I see it, Black women don't complain that much. That's why Black women are very successful. What about the Black males that complain? Let's talk about that, Al. Let me continue.
stop complaining about it.
So let me jump in
Your
here.
man isn't holding this way. Your man is not holding this way.
All right, let me jump in here real quick because the audience is panicking. Hold on, Evelyn, you got to be quiet because can't nobody hear when all us talk. So first and foremost, I think Tyler Perry used an extreme, right? I don't think in the real world, nobody, man, woman, or flower pot is finna sit back and just let some bitch come up in their house and be paying the light bill. Here is the question, and I post this on my Instagram, and Heavenly, I want you to give me a realistic answer. Because I'm hearing both of y'all. But Black women right now are in this position, and I'm listening, where they say we're out earning, we're more educated, we make more money than men, and then they complain about a lack of availability of Black men. I understand that, okay? And we can make the argument that Black men need to step it up, and I 100% agree that they need to step it up. However, if we're being realistic, let's just say you're 38, you're 40, you're at that high place earning. The Black men as a collective are probably not going to step it up in time enough in your lifetime. So with the current availability of men, what are you to do? All right? What are you to do? If you're making what you making and the only available pool of Black men available to you right now or make a little less than you, a little less educated to you, I'm not asking you to settle, and I'm not telling you to do. To Al's point about the stop complaining, you're complaining about a man that doesn't exist.
Okay, so in other words, see, here's the thing. So you're saying that type of Black man doesn't exist, then guess what? Maybe you need to start expanding your pool of men that you date. You see what I mean? And that's the whole point. If you're saying they don't exist, yes, at a certain point, we do need to expand our options. We do. And if somebody has a difference of opinion, by all means, let me know in the chat. But we need to expand our options. But I just find it interesting that these two guys had so much of opinion on what women should do. And you know what, ladies who are in the chat now or going to be listening, replay gang, a lot of that is our fault. And the reason why is because a lot of us want that acceptance so badly and want to be a pick-me so badly that we're willing to take advice or willing to be a fool for a man just for the sake to say that we have one. Or even willing to get advice from a man that's not even living the life that he claims you have to live. For example, Kevin Samuels. He was this big time guy on YouTube. Kevin Samuels is trying to tell you as a Black woman how you should be to get a successful Black man. Meanwhile, he allegedly wasn't successful until he started dragging Black women on YouTube. And literally, you weren't married. You allegedly wasn't taking care of his child. And yet, we as Black women kept going on his channel to get dragged. So the reason why these men feel like they can have such an opinion on our lives is because we allowed them. We allowed it. Does anyone agree with me? Because at this point, that's what it is. If we checked it at the door and we protected each other more also versus trying to drag each other under the bus to be a pick-me, oh yeah, I'm going there. And we really put our foot down, because it can't always be about Black women. We are not always the problem. How is it that we're always the problem when we're the most successful in our community? And in every other community, the males in their race, their culture are more successful. When it comes to white men, white women, white men are still more powerful and successful. When it comes to Asian men, Asian women, Asian men are more successful. Why is it that when it comes to us, it's the reverse? We're more successful than our men. But yet at the same time, they want to act like they're the man and they wear the pants. Therefore, they should automatically get respect because they got a peen between their legs. Get the hell up out of here. Get out of here. Now, let's see. There are a lot of good black men. However, not all black men date black women. Waiting on black love may have you waiting a long time, and it may never happen. And that's the harsh reality. Facts. Facts. So do you just wait, or do you expand your options and understand that a man is a man? And if you find a man that is an excellent provider, is a protector who truly nurtures and cares for you, again, provider and protector, if he doesn't have your same melanin, if he's not black, at this point, you got to go for that option, especially if he treats you well and he's providing. He still wasn't successful because allegedly the apartment that he done was someone else's name. He didn't have insurance, allegedly. Yeah, I heard a lot of stuff about that man. I didn't even really watch him. I saw a lot of his stuff, of course, on IG and stuff, because of course he made a lot of money and got a lot of subscribers by pretty much insulting and disrespecting black women. That's just what it is. That's why there's so many channels now where you have so many trying to be the next Kevin Samuels. But then at the same time, you want to say black women are this and black women are that, but at the same time, you only can pay the light bill. And this is coming from Tyler Perry. I blame slavery and generational curses and also blame lack of motivation. Yeah. Honestly, black men don't want to be married, provide, protect at all. Exactly. A lot of them don't. One girl that I actually watch, I haven't watched her in a minute. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Cynthia G. She be breaking it down and she be having the facts, the statistics. She be having all of that stuff. And she says like it shows that they don't want to get married. And even if they're with us or they're with someone else who does not look like us, they are still horrible husbands, providers, and fathers. She says she always coming with receipts that the majority of them, whether they're with us or not, and of course that's why I was talking about that whole Jeannie Mai and what's his name. I'm like, you still got the same man. You thought you had better because you thought you was bringing better, yo, dark meat on the side, but you still got the same black man. So let me finish the rest of this with Funky Dineva. I'm just shocked.
Don't exist right now because the pool of dating of black men got piss and shit in it. Then what are y'all to do? If you want to be married and you want to have children and you want companionship and this is all that's available, what are you to do?
Get you a damn puppy. The lady got fake babies. Get you a fake damn man because it's not going to work no kind of way. I don't know what.
Exactly. You pretty much, here's the thing. Just because you don't have a man doesn't mean that you're lonely. Just because, hi, Cancel Vulture, are you new? Hello, how you doing? Yeah, and also, is it Akima? Are you new also? I don't think I've seen you before. Exactly. They want to be housewives. But at the same time, as soon as you act like the man in a relationship, you need to stand in your place. I'm the man here. I'm the one who wear the pants in a relationship. Well, if you want that, you're going to have to pay the cost to be the boss. And I personally believe if there were enough black men who stop making excuses, who are true providers, who are protectors, while they try to say black women don't listen, black women are too aggressive, whatever the case may be, I think if any black woman who's sane, who truly finds a good black man, they have no problem being submissive to a certain extent. They have no problem taking a step back because they would trust that man to lead. The problem is that if you can't trust him to lead because all he brings to the table is some peen and $500 for an electric bill every month, what the hell do I need you for? So of course she's going to talk to you crazy. But I need to meet that man at his worth versus him looking at me or looking at another Black woman and saying, damn, I need to step my game up. I need to step it up. I got to sit up there and get to her status, or at least close to it. Yeah, you will spend the same anyways. And then if you want to go out, if you want to go on vacation, everything has to be on you because he can only pay the light bill. But as long as he loves you, if he really loves you, he would do everything he can to get off of his ass and provide for you. He would make that sacrifice. It's unbelievable. Like literally what we have to go through. It's crazy. I honestly know so many successful Black men who aren't married nor have children, and these men are over 40. Yeah, because I want to say I read somewhere that statistics show that a lot of Black men don't really get ready for marriage until around that time. Because when you really think about it, they're kind of hitting their peak, like especially if they're like entrepreneurs, really successful. That's kind of when they hit their peak of being very successful. So I could believe that. I could believe that. And sometimes they want to settle once they pass 40. Once the women settle for the man's BS, he will take that as a green light to do nothing else other than pay the light bill and won't be motivated to do more. Ladies, check them ninjas from the door. Thank you, Joseph. Thank you, Joseph. Thank you, Joseph. You know what I mean? But I'm just shocked that you got Tyler Perry, Al Reynolds, and Funky Dineva giving advice on what heterosexual women should do. Meanwhile, are any of them even in a healthy relationship? Are they in a relationship where their significant other is only paying the light bill and they're the main provider? It's interesting. You see what I mean? Like, it's just interesting that you have all of this, because Al definitely was triggered. He was definitely triggered. I'm like, you have all of this energy. Would you do the same? Funky, you have all of this energy. What is there to do? You got shit and piss of a dating pool. What are you supposed to do? Would you do the same? Would you do the same? Would you take care of your significant other while you sit up there and pay all the bills and he just played the light bill? Really? So, and I literally, when I was just looking on my YouTube, it looks like Make It Make Sense. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Make It Make Sense. They're saying that Dr. Heavenly is allegedly fired from Fox Soul. I thought she was just a guest speaker on Fox Soul. I guess she actually got hired. It's Cynthia or whatever her name is. Is that her damn name? What's that damn girl's name? Was it Cynthia? What is the girl? Claudia. Did Claudia, was she no longer on the show? I thought that was her show. But I guess Dr. Heavenly was going on Fox Soul. Now she's fired. And I wonder why she's fired. Is it because somebody higher up didn't like what she was saying? Like, yes, Dr. Heavenly can be loud. She can definitely be strong with her opinion. But what she was saying was not wrong. So, she was just a guest host? Okay, well, definitely I would love to see what Make It Make Sense has to say. I'll definitely look at his video later because he has like a little thing up right now that says fired. Dr. Heavenly is fired from Fox Soul. So I don't know what happened. I don't know if she was trying to possibly take that spot and something happened. I don't know, but I'm curious to see. But if someone did let her go over her opinion, that just shows you now where we are in this world. You can't even have an opinion. If she got fired for stating her opinion, that is freaking crazy. Because it's her opinion. And she's the only Black woman who could actually say something to defend Black women. She had every right to say what the hell she wanted to say. She has her own YouTube channel, but I guess, I don't know, but they said he's saying that she's fired. So I'm curious, maybe he just has that as his thumbnail, but maybe she was Maybe she was a guest host and she was supposed to do a couple of days, and then after what happened with that exchange, they let her go. Maybe that's the case. Maybe that's the case. If he loved himself, he would be motivated to make money for his survival. Exactly. Don't settle. Exactly. Standards. Set your standards in the beginning and stick to them. Exactly. Teach your daughter to not settle. Exactly. Gotcha. Okay, brother. Yeah, I wonder why he said that, but maybe, she was gonna be a couple of days, and they said after that, especially the way she was going back and forth with Al, clearly Al was upset, and he probably was like, I don't want her back. She wouldn't let me speak. Probably that. Who knows? Okay, T.S. Madison is guest hosting tonight. Okay. So why? I'm wondering. I'm curious. I'll look at his video later, though. Why are gay men even a part of this conversation? They aren't women. Gay men are the least married, and their relationships are the most abusive. They also have the most unprotected sex with stranger, or sex with strangers. Now, I don't know if those statistics are true, but as far as them being a part of the conversation, again, the reason why is because I think we have allowed so many people in our community to chime in on Black women, and we don't check them. That's the problem. We don't check them. So I say, to a certain extent, we got to put some accountability on ourselves, ladies, as far as allowing people to have their different opinions on who we are and what we should do and what we should settle for. And allegedly, because again, we don't know if everybody on there is gay. So we're going to say allegedly, because again, we don't know for sure. One is openly gay. One says, I believe he's bi allegedly. And the other one is just allegedly. We don't know. Yeah. Oh, okay. Claudia's out doing a film project. Okay. So far, it seems like, gotcha. So did she only get 1 day? Maybe that's it. Maybe she only got 1 day and they let her go. Hosted for, oh my gosh, really? He did? The show needs to get canceled anyway. Dineva and Al Reynolds are always talking out of their ears. Yeah, especially with Dineva just recently did with Chloe Bailey. Like, that was unnecessary. You know what I mean? I don't know, but it's Dr. Heavenly. I mean, the only thing is, I will say she doesn't allow people to speak. But in this situation, I can see why she was so bothered by the situation. Because look at Dr. Heavenly. She is a successful Black woman, multiple degrees, a dentist, has several businesses. And at the same time, she holds her husband in high regard because he is also a professional who makes his money. She will run over a man that literally only made, what she would consider, like she said, her electric bill is $1,700. Like, $1,700 for a lot of guys, that's a lot of money. Some people, depending on where they live, their rent isn't even $1,700. So you trying to say she need to pay everything? Well, if she got to pay everything, then what does she need him there for? Like, what's the point? What is the point? Yeah, I think it is. I think that we definitely need to take control of the narrative. I think we definitely need to tell people to mind their business and stop telling us what we need to do. And more than anything, they need to go to their fellow Black men and tell them to step their game up and tell them what they need to do. Stop trying to tell Black women what Black women have to do. Why don't you ever hold these Black men accountable? Oh, I know why. Because it doesn't make the money. Because even Kevin Samuels, and again, God rest his soul, but even he at first came on YouTube to apparently teach Black men how to be better Black men. But he realized allegedly it didn't make money doing that. So he ended up shifting and started to diss Black women, and he blew up and got 1 million subscribers. That's the problem. We have to take control of the narrative. And honestly, while Dr. Heavenly was talking, I am hoping Black women in that live on the chat was agreeing with her and checking the men. that was on that panel. Because unfortunately, you got also a lot of pick-me's when it comes to our Black women who will be willing to throw their sister under the bus just to be able to get some attention from a no-good Black male. Now, the reality is we do have some good Black men out there. Trust me, I know some, raised by some, I get it. But the more and more we continue, the more and more we are now in 2023, Black men are not progressing. They're getting worse. And like someone said earlier, they rather be housewives. They want to be housewives, but also want to be respected as men. Where the hell do they do that at? Hell, I'm about to go to freaking the continent. I'm about to go somewhere in Africa, maybe to find my man. Nivea, didn't you say your man from Africa? I may have to go at this point. But let's see. And some other, okay, got you. Another thing, if men feel like if they're not superior financially, then they will use as a substitute for their lack of work because they believe that's what they're good for. Yeah, I've said that before. When you hear that bro guy saying, yeah, but I got this D. And I'm like, yep, that's a true example of someone who's broke, who doesn't have assets, who doesn't have any financial stability. When they want to say the peen is just going to keep someone there. Hey, Colette, welcome. You guys hit the like button, hit the like. People can say what they want, but Dr. Heavenly respects the hell out of her husband. That's because she married her equal. Exactly. And I do not like the fact that they try to say, regardless if a Black woman marries her equal or someone above her, she still is going to mess it up. I believe the same Black women out there, if they truly met their equal or met a guy who truly can take them to the next level, oh, please believe, like I think a lot of Black women be like, oh, okay, you gonna take care of the bills, you gonna do this, you gonna do that. They would be very humble, very submissive. But no one's going to be submissive to trash. It is what it is. Heavenly told no lies, and Al simply chose to miss the point, probably due to Heavenly's approach. Possibly, because we know she got a strong personality, possibly. But at the same time, he, to me, sound like he came with that fire from the beginning, too. But maybe it's because she came with that fire. But again, she was directing it towards Tyler Perry and just in general that she was annoyed that Black women pretty much was told that they should settle. It wasn't directed towards Al, so Al shouldn't have taken it personally, in my opinion. It sure don't. It don't pay bills. It don't do none of that. Hi, are you new? Hey, yeah, we about to actually wrap it up. Unless does somebody want to get on the panel and give their opinion? And maybe someone has a different of opinion. I would definitely love to hear it, besides that guy who came earlier, because he clearly was just trying to be a troll. But if someone has a difference of opinion, or somebody wants to come up, felt like we missed something, but I just kind of wanted to give my opinion on this because I was truly annoyed. I was just like, I know y'all three are not trying to tell Black women what they need to do. Really. And for the ones who allegedly do like women in the bunch, lead by example then. If you allegedly like women, lead by example. Lead by example. Hell, even if you're gay, Funky Dineva, because Funky Dineva is openly gay, lead by example. African men are worse than our wait. But African men are worse than our online Black women every 3 hours over there. Cool. Whoa, really? Whoa. Nene, do you want to come up? Because I'll drop the link if you want to come up, because you always drop them jewels and that wisdom. But I'm kind of over it. I'm kind of over the nonsense. I'm over. But again, I can see how, look, I said what I needed to say when it came to the men, but at the same time, I can see how we have to hold ourselves accountable as to why people feel like they can insert their opinion on Black women. We've allowed it. So we got to take control again. We really do, because it's a mess out here. And the fact that you have these three trying to say what we need to do and we need to stop complaining, but yet I really haven't heard any of them say, Black men, you really got to get yourself together. You really have to sit up there and be men in your community. You really have to be providers, protectors. You really have to do that. I don't hear that. All I hear is what the woman should do. It's crazy. All right, I'm gonna put the link down here and we can spend about like 10-15 minutes and have some dialogue about this. But definitely, yeah, I'm over it, baby. And just because you don't have someone doesn't mean that you're lonely. Because some people, they enjoying a single life so much, they kind of hesitant at this point to even be in a relationship. But yeah, cancel vulture. I did not know that. I did not know that. All right, so let me add you. Hey, Nene.
Hey, Chris.
How are you? Go ahead. Give your wisdom, sis.
You know, I had my herbal medicine, so I got wisdom.
Oh, Lord. Just keep it PC, but go ahead.
One of the things I think that everybody should think of, I think it's always interesting how people advocate so hard for Black men and how we need to, as Black women, keep supporting Black men. But Black women get talked about so harshly about our weight. Our hair don't grow, this, that, and the third. And you never hear Black men come out and say, Black men, we need to.
Uh-oh. Nene, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Oh, okay.
Okay, I hear you now.
No one is ever like, love on our Black women. If you don't think her weight is this, let's encourage Black women to get in shape. You know, it's never a rally around, let's do this for Black women. It's always Black women settle for Black men. Exactly. And I know that everyone wants Black love. It had me in a chokehold.
Right.
And I just got to a point where I was like, I love Black men. I gave birth to 3 of them. Of course, I wanted to marry a man in the image of my father or my grandfather or my uncle or something like that. But I'm not a light-skinned, loose curl Black woman. Okay. Right. So the realities for me is that cuts me out of a lot of Black men's viewpoint right there. They're like, oh, you know, a lot of Black men like lighter skinned women. So a light skinned Black woman has more options than a brown skinned Black woman. Mm-hmm. It wasn't until I opened up my dating pool. Like right now, I'm with a Puerto Rican man. So Black women, you don't have to.
You better get it in.
And I'm telling you, and it wasn't because, I went out and I didn't want a Black man. It was just like this is the man who had all the qualities that I wanted. And it feels nice to be with somebody who, because his masculine energy is so on point, I was able to own my feminine energy. Fall
back and be able to embrace your feminine. Yeah, exactly. I think most Black women would do that if they find that man.
Because I was one of them chicks like, I would never let no man tell me what to do. And it's not about being, people hear submissive and think, oh, you're being dumb.
Right.
It is a lot of power in being like the damsel in distress in the relationship.
Exactly.
Honey, I'm like a kitten. I purr and lay in his lap. I don't do nothing.
No, exactly.
and it feels good.
Yeah.
A lot of Black women
put your guard down. Absolutely.
Yeah, because how can you be, everybody loves our so-called masculine energy that Black women are portrayed as having. But if you're paying all the bills, you're taking care of the house, you're doing this, that, and the third. But then when it comes to the bedroom or stroking his ego, then I'm supposed to act like the woman in a relationship, but I'm the man in every aspect.
Exactly. You better preach. Exactly. But like I said, I will, in every situation where we can look at these Black men, we can also look at ourselves. Accountability, something that they're clearly lacking in a situation. We definitely need to Stop giving people, especially Black men, so much power to critique us and tell us what we need to do. They need to do it they damn selves.
And we need to stop being as a collective, being so thirsty for approval from Black men. Go where you're loved, not tolerated. Stop being the dumping ground for just trash in certain instances. That's why we're at alarmingly high rates of single parenthood, because it's accepted overall by us. And there's nothing wrong with having boundaries and standards and being like, I deserve, not, well, it's okay. No. If you have worked your butt off, because one thing for certain, two things for sure, everything that a Black man goes through in this country, we do it as well, and we walk through it as a woman. Hello. So we got something else on our shoulders. And there's nothing wrong with saying, I want a man that can be the head of the household. There's nothing wrong with that. And shame on Tyler Perry for promoting. He is a struggle love pimp. Tyler Perry will have you settling and waiting for that fine light-skinned man to come. He don't come all the time. He does not come. And sometimes he come and he steal your wallet. So stop listening.
But here's the thing, that fine light-skinned man wasn't really successful. And then when you have the brother who was successful, he was melanated and evil as hell.
And he slept for it. And he cheated with a light-skinned curly hair.
Do you see what I'm saying? And then you had The Family That Prays, where you had Sanaa Lathan's character, who had a Black man who was working but was not on the same financial level and education level as her. And literally, he was trying to start his own business. She's cheating on him with a successful white man, but she's the side chick. You see what I mean? So it's just like, that's constantly what he promotes. So that's why I said I wasn't shocked that he said it, because he shows that consistently all the time. But I'm just like, that does not help our community. That does not help. And I just feel like at this point, there's such an agenda to tell Black women to settle. And it's not just him. Ayanna just did it with Ebony. She just said, oh, well, would you date a bus driver? And Ebony's like, well, you know, if he owns the bus. And Ayanna's like, well, that's a problem. Why is that a problem? She's an attorney. She's a successful attorney. Why would she date a bus driver? If she makes $200,000 a year and he makes $60,000 a year, how is that evenly yoked? It's not. And there's going to be problems in that relationship, because he's always going to feel like he is beneath her. Any man would feel that way. But go ahead, give your final thoughts, Nene. Nene, you there? Uh-oh, did we lose you? Uh-oh, I think we lost Nene. All right, you guys. Nene definitely dropped some jewels. You guys, I really hope that you guys enjoyed the live. I just needed to vent. Okay, she said she lost her connection. I just needed to vent about this because I'm just over it. I'm over it. And it's always Black women should settle. But you can tell when Black women settle, because you can tell they're frustrated. They're not happy. And a lot of the times they are talking to their man, their significant other, like he is nothing, because they truly don't respect them. A lot of times they do not respect these men. So it's just like, it is what it is. But you know what? Look, you got one life to live. If you want to deal with it, that's fine. But it ain't going to be over here. Like, it's not going to be over here. Why give these men one more reason to act a fool? Exactly. So on that note, you guys have a wonderful evening. For all the new people who came, please like, share, subscribe to the channel. Definitely want to talk about this. And then also, I am doing another live this week besides Love After Lockup. I am going to do an actual live on the TV series, The Other Black Girl. We're definitely going to dive into that. For those who haven't seen it, please look at it. When I tell you, even if you hate it, let's just have some healthy dialogue. I feel like it has so many themes as far as work, as far as friendships, as far as frenemies, as far as just a lot of stuff. So that'll probably be sometime this week, maybe Wednesday or Thursday 30-minute episodes, 10 episodes. So I want to give you guys a couple of days to look at it. With that being said, you guys have a wonderful evening. Hey, Karan, thank you. You guys definitely come back. Is it Akimat? Definitely come back for The Other Black Girl if you guys want to watch that. And then come back on the live. Like I said, it'll probably be like Wednesday or Thursday. Am I going to speak about Jasmine Confession? I don't know, Yuli. We'll have to talk. We'll have to talk. DM me. Because I want to do the other black girl, though. I definitely want to talk about that. Something that's on the fiction side, something that we can enjoy on the fiction side. I'm tired of sometimes the reality stuff. So I want to do some fictional stuff. So definitely The Other Black Girl. And then, of course, a video on American Horror Story. So we're going to get it popping this week. We're going to get it popping. So, yeah, so The Other Black Girl, you guys, please watch it and we can have some healthy dialogues, a healthy discussion, have a panel and really dig deep. It's an amazing show, actually by a book by a Black woman who actually had a showrunner who is the executive producer who was a Black woman. There were definitely a lot of Black women behind this show and you can tell. You can definitely tell. So with that, I love you guys. Have a wonderful evening. Sorry for being late and stuttering around my words, child. I did not have my libations, my food, and all of that stuff that I usually have before I get on live, but I hope you guys still understand what the hell I was trying to say. So have a wonderful evening. I'll see you on my next video. Toodles.